What kind of business leader do you think you are, especially now in times of COVID? Well, INSEAD professor of entrepreneurship and family enterprise, Stanislav Shekshnia, has a few ideas, and he's published them in a recent report. The professor joins us now from Paris. Thank you so much for being with us, Professor. Appreciate that.
Hello.
Now, before we get into the results, which we're all dying to know, walk me through who you spoke with and what was the criteria you used for the survey.
We surveyed about 300 people from a number of European countries. They were all CEOs. We asked them a number of questions, but the first question we asked them, what keeps you awake at night? We identified three categories of CEOs. The first category, people who dream about new things at night. They want to develop new business lines. They want to create new alliances. They want to offer new products to the market. We call these people keen. The second category.
Okay, so we're getting into the results now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then let's look at that. You said your first category you identified are keen leaders, and this means exactly what?
Well, that's the smallest category of people, about 10% of our sample. These people are very excited about new times because they consider them times of great opportunities. They're keen on developing their businesses. They have ideas about new products. They have ideas about new ways to the market. They have ideas about new alliances. That's what keeps them awake at night.
Okay, so they sound like our positive thinkers, are more optimistic.
They're innovative thinkers. They're positive and innovative thinkers. In general, in every population, you will have about 5% of people who are innovators, who always want to try new things. When you think about the CEO population, percentage is probably high. So what we got in terms of 10% was somewhat expected.
All right, and the next group we have is the tough category, and that came in at 30%.
These people recognize the seriousness of the situation. They understand that their businesses are going through very difficult times, but they think that they have the stamina, they have the power, they have the toughness to go through this tough times. They really worried about others. They worried about their people. They worried about customers, and they work very hard to manage their businesses.
But our biggest group, right, coming in at 60% was edgy. Tell me about this.
Well, these people do not sleep at night very often, and they worry about their businesses. They worry about the health of their employees. They worry about the health of their families, and they worry about their own health. These people are normal people. At the time of crisis, they experience high levels of stress, and that to a large extent predetermines their behavior. They're very much concentrated on the business of today. They're very reactive. They're dealing with the issues as the issues come to them, and they're very much concentrated on here and now. They really have no time, and they have no intellectual capability to think about the future.
Were you surprised that this was the biggest group, or did you expect
I was not surprised that it was the biggest group. I would say I was surprised about the number. My expectation was that it would be around 50%, maybe slightly under 50%, and that was about 60% of our sample. I was not surprised because the crisis is very serious. The level of uncertainty is unprecedented. And when people experience that high level of uncertainty, of course, they are strained. And they go through very difficult emotional times.
Now, as I understand, these categories are also correlate to two factors. So the financial health of the company and the overall industry dynamics. So it wasn't just about the personality of the CEOs. Is that correct?
Yes, I would say there are three C's that define this type. The first is conjecture, and that is this financial situation of the company and the situation of the industry. We did not have any keens from the aviation industry, for example. The second is a culture of the company in which the CEO works, and the third is the character or the personality of that person.
Okay, so even more importantly, if we look forward then, which type, the edgy, the tough, the keen, is best suited to dealing with this multi-year crisis that we are facing?
I think you need a combination of each of them. I think the keens need to learn from the edgy to worry a little bit about the day-to-day operations of their businesses. They could get carried away by their innovative ideas. The tough, they need to pass it over to other people. They need to share the burden of leadership with the rest of their teams. And the edgy, they definitely need to borrow from the keen. They need to think about the future, not only about the present. And all of them need to work on their resilience. The problem is that people who are keen today, if they get hit very strongly, and this is quite possible, then they can become edgy, or they can completely lose control of what is going on in the business. Nobody sort of is guaranteed to stay in the category in which they are. So every CEO needs to work on his or her own mental and physical health. They need to build personal resilience.
And I think the question that any of the leaders that are watching this are asking themselves is, how do I do that? How do I get there?
Well, first of all, by framing it correctly. Most of the CEOs do not think of them at the first place. They consider it selfish to worry about personal, mental, and physical health, and they shouldn't be that way. I think they should consider themselves as the main asset of their organization. And if this asset is not functioning at 100% of capacity, then organization suffers. So it's your duty. It's your organizational duty to take care of yourselves. That's, I think, the first thing, the right attitude. And then it's a simple process. You just need to ask yourself questions, probably every morning. How do I feel? How is my body like? How is my mind? How is my spirit? What do I need to do something good to my body? What do I need to do to strengthen my spirit? And what do I need to do to remain rational? And then you need to follow your plan, see what works, what doesn't, reflect on it, and keep doing this.
I understand that the survey was closed, but do you plan on maybe posting online or something, where giving more leaders access to this?
I think we will do it, because we also want to see how the situation is changing. The crisis is still with us, so some fatigue may build up, and we might find a slightly different picture.
Now, as a working parent and CEO of my own SME here at home, I would like to see myself as keen. I mean, I'm energetic, I'm optimistic, I'm resilient. So yeah, I'm gonna go with keen. What about yourself, Professor? Where are your business leadership skills?
Well, I would think about myself as a keen leader, because at INSEAD we have a lot of ideas on how to take business education forward, and I also have a lot of personal ideas on what we could do. But at the same time, I think at our business school we're also very attentive to day-to-day operations of the school, and we have a very strong management team that brings into the picture the toughness of momentum.
Mm-hmm. All right, then it looks like we're on the same page. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us today and for your insights.
Thank you, and I wish you good luck in staying a keen CEO.
Thank you so much. The same. Same to you. Take care.